Sujay to read out the minutes. Sujay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Meeting number 1064 was held on the 23rd of June 2017 at Ashwat Center, St. Mark's Road, the very same venue. The Sergeant at Arms Toastmasters Ankit Kumar started the meeting with an introduction to the team and handed over the charge to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Satvik Shetty, who further elaborated on the theme and then handed over the charge to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sneha Masilkas. The theme of the previous meeting was, if a blind leads a blind, both shall fall. Word of the day, mellifluous, meaning sweet sounding. A good usage would be, Melvin has a mellifluous voice that could lull anyone into a deep sleep. The total number of attendees was 94, with number of members present 42, Executive Committee 5, non-executive 37, and guests 52. The minutes of the previous meeting have been uploaded on YouTube. The agenda comprised of 3 sections. For the first section, we had a special session, a keynote speech by the world champion speaker, Toastmaster Manoj Vasudevan, who gave a keynote speech titled Storytelling Secrets of World-Class Speakers. Break was observed at 7:31 p.m. for a duration of 14 minutes, and next it was followed by the prepared speech section, where we had 4 speakers. The first speaker was Toastmaster Selva Ganganathan with her project titled CC2, and evaluated by Toastmaster Sudipta Ghosh. Second speaker, Toastmaster Rashi Kohli, speech project CC3, and evaluated by Toastmaster Sujay Sima. Third speaker was Toastmaster Srijit Kilakilot with speech project CC4 and evaluated by Toastmaster Vijay Anand. And finally, we had a speech by Toastmaster Payal Banani, which was not a speech project, but rather an education session or a motivation speech on power of dreams. We did not have a table topic session because the last meeting was a truncated meeting, followed by which we had the general evaluation session conducted by Toastmaster Godfrey Sons with his able tag team comprising of timer Toastmaster Sneha Jain, our counter Toastmaster Rovina, and Remedian Toastmaster Karthik. We had some announcements following the general evaluation. The District 92 presented Golden Gavel Plus Award to our club, and this was presented at the conclusion of the meeting. And we also had the upcoming President, Toastmaster Nitin, who personally invited all the members of the club for the installation ceremony, which is to be held tomorrow, July 1st at St. Mark's Hotel. Finally, we had the award ceremony, the best role taker going to Sneha Maslekar, best evaluator Toastmaster Vijay Anand, and the best speaker to Toastmaster Srijit. The presiding officer closed the meeting at 8:45 p.m. Over to you.
Are the minutes in order?
Yes.
The minutes stand past. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for him. I'd like to start by the guests who have come to our club. Welcome to the Bangalore Toastmasters Club. Toastmasters, as you probably know, is an organization that is more than 90 years old, committed to helping people improve their communication and leadership skills. The Bangalore Toastmasters Club has been in existence since 1997. We're more than 20 years old, and that makes us the second oldest Toastmasters Club in India. If you'd like to know how to join our club, or if you want to know about Toastmasters, you could get in touch with the incoming committee. The current committee's term comes to an end today. Starting tomorrow, we've got a new leadership team. So the new leadership team in the room, could you please stand up? I don't see President Nitin. Okay, so these are the new leaders. You could get in touch with them or me during the break, and we'll be happy to brief you about Toastmasters and our club. Thank you. Before I proceed, guests, would you like to introduce yourselves, please? Just tell us your name and what you do. Okay? So maybe we could start with you. Whatever that you've taken up ends well. If you're a tennis player, how can you ensure that you're on the winning side more often than on the losing side? If you are a musician, how can you ensure that you would captivate the audience every time you're up on stage? If you're a speaker, how can you ensure that you speak with impact every time you're up on the dais? How can you ensure that? Is it innate talent? Perhaps yes. But will innate talent take you and make you world class? Is that enough? Now, psychologists have been grappling with this. And the surprising thing is, when they studied the lives of great people, when they studied the lives of great achievers, they found that the contribution of innate talent to their success is very limited. What really separated them was their preparation. In the 1990s, there was a psychologist called Anders Ericsson. And he did the study at this elite music school in Berlin called the Academy of Music in Berlin. And he went to the violin class. He divided the group into three. So group A are the real achievers, the superstars, people who they felt would just go and be world class. Group B were considered to be good. And group C were learning music because they wanted to be music teachers and so on. They didn't expect them to play professionally. And to all these three groups, the psychologist asked just one question. How many hours of practice did you put in from the day you picked up your violin? And the study concluded that in the beginning, more or less everybody started at the same age, around 5. And in the initial years, till about 8, they all put in roughly the same amount of practice, about 2 to 3 hours. But the difference started to tell around the age of 8. Because the real good one, the group A types, by the age of 9, they were putting in about 6 hours of practice. By the age of 12, they were putting in 8 hours of practice. By the age of 14, they were playing the violin for 16 hours a week. And by the age of 20, they were practicing 30 hours a week. In fact, by the age of 30, they had put in 10,000 hours of practice. Whereas the people considered good had put in about 8,000 hours. And those others who were studying to be music teachers, they put in about 4,000 hours. The point that I'm trying to say is, if you want to succeed in any endeavor, there's no escaping hard work. If you want something to end well, so that you can say all's well that ends well, you got to put in that hard work. And if you want to be world class, you got to put in 10,000 hours of work. In fact, again in the study showed there is no such thing as a natural musician. They didn't find a natural musician, someone who would just breeze up to the top of the ladder. How often do we say, oh, he's a natural, oh, he's so gifted? It doesn't happen. It comes with hard work. Even in chess, it takes 10 years to be a grandmaster. Only one person did less than 10 years. You know who that is?
Magnus Carlsen.
Bobby Fischer, probably the greatest chess player the world has ever seen. Bobby Fischer did it in 9 years. And why 10 years? Because if you want to clock 10,000 hours at something, it'll take about 10 years. So we've come here to be better speakers. And you've got to clock yourself. How many hours do you speak here every week? You come here and sit there in the audience, you're not growing. You come here and don't just use, this is a great platform that Toastmasters gives you. Certainly make use of it, but try and make use of and seek every platform that you get outside this forum, and that's going to make you world class. But remember, to be world class, just putting in those hours is not going to help you. I played cricket all my life. I wanted to be Sunil Gavaskar. And look what I turned out to be. I'm a hack, a journalist. I mean, you need talent too. And you need proper guidance, mentorship. If you don't get good mentorship, you're going nowhere. If you think you're great, and you do the same idiotic thing day in and day out, what will you turn up as? A world-class champion? No, an idiot, right? So you need mentorship, you need practice, and then at the end of and endeavor, you can turn around and say, all's well that ends well. On that note, I'd like to welcome on stage a wonderful Toastmaster in our midst. She does something which is so unique. She does research on anthropology. I mean, it's such a fascinating subject. How many of us would even dare to look at a field like that? The study of human beings, the evolution of human beings. She does research on that and she sends it to publications around the world. Her interest doesn't stop there. She also does research on the history of religions. I mean, you need some serious research there. Because people have twisted this history of religion so much that you don't know what is right and what is true. We need an unbiased view on the history of religions. I asked her how many hours she spends studying every day, and she spends about 6 hours. You can safely assume that you are going to see someone who's clocked the 10,000 hour mark. She's attempting to be the Toastmaster of the day for the first time. Please help me welcome the MC for this evening, Toastmaster Vibha Krishna Kumar. With that, and thank you for that fantastic evaluation and wrapping up this term. We're fast coming to the end of this term. Starting tomorrow, the club is going to have a new president, and he is with us. The installation ceremony is going to be held tomorrow. So may I request the incoming president, Toastmaster Nitin, to come forward and tell us about tomorrow's installation ceremony, where it's going to be held, and extend an invite to everybody. Toastmaster Nitin. You know, every Friday we come here because we want to come up here and speak, and not everybody gets a chance to speak. But we don't want anyone who actually wants to speak to go back without speaking. So is there anyone here in this room who wanted to speak today but didn't get a chance to speak? Don't feel shy. Sure. Raise your hands. No? Yeah? 1, 2, 3. Anyone else? 4, 5. Okay, you've got to come up now. Anyone who wants to speak, you've got to come up now. Not in the middle of this session, okay? Please. Come quickly. So I'm going to give you a topic, okay? So we got 6 people, right? So we'll start with you. I'm going to give you a topic, and the first 3 people will speak on the same topic. Timer? Okay, please come. Timer? 30 seconds. First speaker. 30 seconds, okay? Yeah. Okay, your topic is, every person you meet knows something you don't. Learn from them.
It's a universal truth. Everyone has their own experiences, own background, and there is something to learn, even from the smallest to the person at a higher level. Their education background, even from someone who drives a car, you will learn a few things. Even from somebody who repairs, who's a plumber. Also, every day you learn from them small things which is useful. Like we have to connect the dots. We learn from everyone.
Thank you.
So I think everybody in the world is learned. They have some or the other knowledge. Everybody has some unique skills, something that they have learned by experience that is not taught everywhere. So that can be grasped by just communicating to them, just being open to them, just being